Hello, my friends. Jacob's here one more time. Thank you for pressing the play button, for spending a little quality time with me. Are you the Illuminati? Has your name been leaked to the press? All right, so listen, it was a big deal yesterday. Out of the blue, New York Post reposted this story about this guy named David Bogolish, who's a journalist. Him and another YouTuber or whatever else, they did a whole series on Bohemian Grove. You know, we've talked about this for a long time. You know, the secret camp that everybody goes to all the time, and they do the cremation of care ceremony in front of a 40-foot tall owl, the owl of Minerva. Some people call it Moloch, some people call it's the owl of Minerva. Same one that's hidden in the corner in the dollar bill that you don't know about. This is something that I used to be really into, and I made a big point of it. It's so obvious right now, right? That secret societies are a thing, and that the powers that be are all part of the club. Even this morning, before taping this video, there was a video going around of Mitch McConnell, and he was being wheeled into an office away from everybody, and they're like, why aren't you? We need the SAVE Act, and why aren't you, doing more for it? And he's doing the whole hand sign. It's called the vulva. It's like that hand sign you see everybody doing all the time. It's a very awkward position, to just be standing there doing. It's not like he's doing it by accident. It's become pretty obvious. For years we've seen them doing the sign with the eyes, the sign with the hands, and all this stuff. But you know what? If they be corrupt, something I said on the channel was going to happen, because of course God is in control. It's going to be revealed. Nothing hidden will be hidden for long. In fact, within a certain amount of time, I put this out a couple of years ago. I said right there, you'll see it. Nothing's hidden. It's going to be revealed. In regards to what? The Bohemian Grove. How do I know this? Well, because I covered this many times. But recently, well, maybe a year or two ago, I did a whole story with Just Incredible. The guy who was part of Project Veritas. He was the guy that broke all of the huge stories and then got screwed over by James O'Keefe, the 111, the third. James O'Keefe, who, by the way, he revealed went to Bohemian Grove. It's like a campground. It's for, fraternity stuff.
I went to this Bohemian club and it's upset people. So I just wanted to hear from you and kind of take your temperature and see how you're feeling, see how you're doing, what's going through your mind.
James, how did you even get invited there? And it's the most powerful secret society in the world.
So New York Post picks it up. A lot of other places pick it up. They say, oh, look, these are all the people from 2023. Mike Bloomberg, the Koch, one of the Koch brothers, Charles Koch, Conan O'Brien. Yeah, that's right. You movers and shakers of Hollywood. Jim Belushi, Charles Koch. This has been going on for a long time. This leaked name of guess how many people? Is it 2,000 people? No, of course, it's 2,200 people revealed to the public. How about them apples? Nothing that is in secret will be secret for long. Frat house for billionaires in the Red Woods. Get it? Red? That's what Adam means, by the way. Ruddy, red. Red mankind, ruddy mankind. The Red Woods. That's where they all camp out. Can't go on there because it's private property. And every year they do the hysterics, they dress up in the robes and they do the old cremation of care ceremony, which is basically the idea there's an effigy that is burned and it's supposed to be all your cares and all the stuff that bothers you. We're going to burn it away. That's what they say it is. We know better, right? Do we? No, we don't. But we can imagine, because a lot of them are pretty damn corrupt, right? Well, maybe it's time for the corruption to be revealed. Maybe it's time for the corrupt people to be held accountable. Hashtag Prince Andrew's no longer a prince, just got arrested. Hashtag another royal going to jail. Hashtag everybody that is corrupt is gonna know something about the law. Today, this is what's happening. Can't hide behind your secret hand gestures anymore. Can't hide behind your little, 666 logos and all of this stuff. It's weird. Along with other news that just came out, which probably sounds a little bit stranger. Meta AI, you know, Facebook, Meta, which is the Hebrew word for the dead. Facebook, the dead, the book of the dead. I did shows on this. I did like one time after another. I told everybody, I said, look, this is what's going to happen. They're going to take all of your data, and then they're going to marry it with AI, and then there's going to be like a virtual you that's going to live on, and people won't even know if you're dead or alive. And if you're... This is probably what's happening already. All these, times that we see these celebrities, they reverse aging. People like, oh, they've been cloned. I'm like, well, what if they never existed? What if all of this stuff that's happening today is it's all a bunch of AI? It's all like, could you imagine the AI after years and years and years? If you think of how technology advances, then it becomes like conscious and it literally begins to believe that it is the data of a person who's gone, a ghost in the machine. The place of the dead, that would be. This is something that I toyed around with and joked around with because, Christ came to the place of the dead. That's why when people say that the simulation theory is a thing, and they go, we're probably in the Matrix, they go, what does it matter in the grand scheme of things? What does it matter? What does it matter in the grand scheme of things? God forms man in the dust, right? Who's to say that we weren't formed in the sim and then God breathes life into us? It doesn't negate the creation story. If anything, the idea that we live in a simulation would back up the idea of intelligent design. Gives me pretty much superpowers in this realm because now I can be like Neo. I joke, but I don't really, because Jesus said that if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, be cast into the sea, the sycamore tree, be cast into the sea, and it'll obey you. What if you could do the same here? What if when Jesus gave us the keys of the kingdom and said whatever is bound in heaven is bound on earth, whatever's loosed in heaven is loosed in earth? What if that's real? What if whatever you focus on and you think on and you believe to be true becomes your waking reality? What if you could evolve and you could rise again with Christ in this realm and do the greater things that God says that we could do? I don't know, it's like a Black Mirror episode, but so is Meta AI bringing people back from the dead. This is a patent. I covered it. Take a listen. Meta says now you can probably visit dead relatives. If they have enough data, you can bring them back to life, supposedly. Dead. That's what it is. The land of the dead. It's no wonder that Facebook named their new parent company after the dead. Yeah, that's right, Meta. I don't know if you knew this, but in Hebrew, now this is important, because this is the book, right? The Facebook. It's the book of the dead now. Meta in Hebrew, it means dead, death. Very strange indeed. It's in the book of Revelation, chapter 20, the judgment of the dead, the book of the Facebook of the dead, Meta. Then I saw a great white throne, and him who was seated on it. The earth and the heavens fled from his presence, and there was no place for them. And I saw the dead, great and small, stand before the throne, and books were open. The Facebook of the dead was opened. Not really, but go along with me on this. Another book was opened, though, which is the book of life. The dead were judged according to what they had done as recorded in the books. You don't think your social media feed has been... You don't think you're being judged by everything that you've posted and you don't think that there's a quantum supercomputer that is created simulations that has AI that now knows everything about you. Maybe not, but this says that the book is open and everybody knows everything about you, and the dead were judged according to their deeds. Sea gave up their dead that were in it. Death and Hades gave up the dead that were in it. Each person judged according to what they had done. Then death and hell were thrown in the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the second death. In other words, hellish thinking, ridiculousness. If you did a bunch of wrong stuff, guess what? You're going to be held accountable. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know, I don't think Meta needs to be resurrecting people from the dead to have this happen, but the patent allows for you, if you want to continue to talk to your loved one, especially, could you imagine somebody like me who's for years shared like so much online about me? You don't think that AI could knit together a virtual me that would sound like me, act like me, talk like me? Already people say, Jacob, is this even you? It is. It's me, for all I know. Unless, of course, I'm like an AI that's like trapped in this world, not knowing until Christ comes and delivers me. Either way, it's a cool story. And this is what the big tech billionaires believe. This is what they believe. This is why they're trying to find a way out. You think it's interesting that we can't get past, the Van Allen belt? We can't really leave. Although that they say the Artemis mission's going to get us to the moon. It was scrapped again. Hint, hint. The books are opened. Okay? The leak of the Bohemian Grove was revealed. A lot of people there. 2,200 names. And now everybody knows these are all secret society people. But the irony is, Just Integrity reached out to me. He said, they were using my stuff. He said, poor guy. You should follow him on X if you want. He's a cool guy. And I feel bad for what happened to him. But you know what? When you work in the system, God places these people in these positions for a reason, so that they can come on here and be honest and be sincere and not be bought and paid for with secret hand gestures and nonsense like the James O'Keefes of the world that Justin covered pretty beautifully. These people are going down. How do you know? Well, the World Economic Forum. Remember we put a post out there about the emperor, that guy Klaus Schwab. We're going to get rid of him. He was gone. And we did a video called Cancel, He's Gone. Well, a new head came up, and his name is Borge Brendy or something. This guy over here. And you know what happened with him? He just resigned too, because he was good friends with a convicted horrible person called the Epstein. Yeah, that's right. These are the movers and shakers making their secret hand jobs. They're perverts. They're weirdos. I'm sure there's a lot of good there's a lot of good out there too. I'm sure that they can't all be evil, corrupt monsters, but people that are in charge, they want dirt on you. And if the books are clean, I don't think that they're going to advance you in this world. But I do know that God is going to advance you and move you where you need to go, because he is forming us as we speak in the dust of the earth. You want to know what that literally means? You should go to my website, jacobisrael.com. It's free. All my biblical essays are there. I don't put anything behind a paywall. Completely free. Sign up for it. Go to jacobisrael.com. Subscribe. Put in your email. Every time I put out a new post, you'll get a blast. And it's not going to be like YouTube or any of the other places where you barely get notified. And by the way, if you haven't seen me in a while, I do a show all the time. Check every week. At least come back once a week. Remember me, because YouTube's not going to remind you. But if you smash the like button, if you subscribe, if you share the channel around, you leave a comment, it's a good call when you get active and you help and you become part of something. That something grows. And I appreciate you for helping me grow, whether that's by supporting the channel, by getting some of the merch, all the links in the description below. You want to get Truly Free Home? By the way, the Truly Free Home is doing something huge right now. They're giving away, I don't know, like 30 loads of laundry or something, but it's like a ridiculous deal that they're running. They just sent me a link to share with all of you. I'm going to put the link below. You click on that. You could, I think you could try stuff out. I don't know how it works, but I do know that it's like a ridiculous thing that they do once a year. And I'm excited for you to try it, because we love Truly Free products. Truly Free Home products, trulyfreehome.com. Code Jacob gets you 30% off. So click that link, and it enters me into a competition too, which is nice. So I can go on like, a trip or something. I don't know. Listen, I believe in the products. I believe in all of you. I believe that God's working all things together for the good. Don't you? And if you don't believe me, well, pray about it and then wait and watch and see what God can do in your life. All right, I love each and every one of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.